2.
Should I go
We're
get
good,
my? I
friends.
need to go get my brackets. Real quick.
Why?
What?
Okay.
Getting your what?
I have a notebook. I got notes on them.
Well, go get them. Hurry. God. Oh,
Should we just go ahead and cut?
Oh, did you start?
Oh yeah, we were rolling.
Oh. Welcome to Access Sports Weekly here on AccessWDUN.com. Bo Wilson alongside Jeff WilHart. And the guy in front and behind the camera, Seth Chapman.
I'm going to bring my birth certificate in. So this is my name.
Well, it's actually a way to go to do your little...
Well, it's Fred. I've told you, Fred.
Yeah, we talked about Fred yesterday. That was your long-lost brother, right?
I didn't know I had a long-lost brother. I have a couple I'd like to get rid of.
Oh, okay. All right.
Boom.
So, yeah.
There we go.
He'll be here all week, folks. Unfortunately. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's get to it today.
That's a third person to tell me that today. It's like, is there something I don't know? Never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
No answer. No comment on that. All right. Well, here we are, as we always say, in the middle of the week. And, hey, we've got high school basketball on the brain.
Still.
Yeah, still.
It's taken over like the third quadrant on the right side.
It has. It is. The third and fourth quadrants.
I only have 3 or 4
that
are actually functioning and working.
Hey, but let's open the show today with a hats off and a salute to our area's high school wrestlers that won their respective weight classes in the traditional state championships over the weekend, and several others placing in the top 6 and top 8
Top 6,
in the state.
It's I think we had like 15 individual state champs, 14 or 15. I kind of got lost on the count. I'd keep going over, and where did I end? But and honestly, to win a traditional state title in a weight class, it's one of the harder things to do in any of the sports because of all the brackets that you have to and the matches that you have to win. It's not a one and done. I mean, you have to win several matches. You have to prove excellence and dominance, for basically 2 weeks.
Right.
Because you got to get out of your regionals, then you got to get out of your sectionals, then you have to get all the way through the state. So it is quite a grueling task to come away with a state championship in wrestling. And so hats off to all of the guys. And we had several from many schools, too many to sit and name them all at one time. And I mean, 50, probably about 40 or 50 that finished in the top 6. So again, proving what an outstanding area we have in wrestling. Commerce winning state title. They got knocked off for the duels. They had their long streak into there, but then they continued in the traditionals. North Hall just missing. I believe Buford just missing.
Lumpkin County had a strong finish. What did they finish? Third.
Third, very strong for Lumpkin County. They were kind of an unknown factor. Had not been able to break through in the duels. Really a very strong. Boy, they showed a lot of improvement in about a month. Well, so that was a nice showing for the Indians.
If you haven't gone to Access and checked out all of the finishers in the state, we have all of the ones that were guaranteed places on the website. Also a story up as well from wrestling. We had that on Saturday, but it's still on the sports page. You can go check out all of our area's athletes that finished in the top 6, top 8 in the state, and the ones that won a championship in their individual classifications.
Every single wrestler that went and placed is on the website in that story from Class A to Class 6A. We don't have any teams in 7A, at least not yet.
Not yet.
Got one coming next year. Oh, joy, another classification to follow. Like we don't have enough. But
hey, now we're in all 7.
All 7.
Yes.
Yeah, your one-stop shop right here.
Yeah, exactly.
But from Class A to Class 6A, every weight class, every top 6 finisher, I don't think anybody else in the entire state has that anywhere like we do.
Yeah, go check it out on the website as we speak, AccessWDUN.com, which you're probably on if you're watching this show. All right, so high school basketball has gone into the second round.
Well, about to.
Had some upsets, or an upset in the first round.
Oof.
But we had a couple teams that advanced for the first time ever, and one for the first time since 1984. That first time ever team, of course, that's the Cherokee Bluff boys basketball team. And not only, what was kind of interesting in Bluff, not only did they advance to their first ever playoff, but they advanced to their first ever, or they won their first ever playoff game in, I think, about a week, less than a week apart.
Look, they didn't waste any time checking that off the box.
Time. So they rushed you straight through that.
First state playoff, check.
Yeah.
4 days later, first state win, check.
Yeah.
What's next, Coach Wood? What's next on the bucket list?
Not only was it a first playoff win, but they beat Westminster by 10 points and led wire to wire in that game
on the road.
And
wow.
Seth and I had a chance to get out to Cherokee Bluff on Monday to talk with Coach Wood and Bosco Norman and Griffin Neville about, how they prepared for the game. You can go check out our Gaining the Edge feature, which is at Access on the sports page right now. Kind of interesting, asking how they prepared for the game, what gave them the edge. And Griffin Neville, he's talking, we had a front and back scouting report. It was really long and in-depth and thorough, and they really had a lot of information on them. But it was kind of interesting. But one of the things that when we were talking to Coach Wood about, going into the next round, which they play a very, very, very tough Windsor Forest team, which I think is ranked number 2 in Class 3A
one or two
behind Pace Academy, right, who is very, very, very good.
Ask North Hall.
Ask North Hall about that. But Seth and I had a chance on Monday to get out and talk to Coach Wood, and, here's what Coach Wood had to say about the upcoming game, which is set for Thursday at 6 p.m. down at Windsor Forest in Savannah.
Oh, they're good. They're freakishly athletic. Now, those guys play above the rim now. And they're disciplined. They play hard as well, too. They attack. So we have our hands full. We'll know that. But we're excited about the challenge. We're going to go down there and meet the challenge head on and try to have some fun with it.
So you guys get a trip to Savannah. Speaking of fun, you guys going to have some fun down there?
Absolutely. One of the things I wish we had on video was our post-game celebration, getting to see those kids' excitement. And they were jumping up and down. One of the things they were chanting was road trip, road trip. So I went to scout this weekend, so my son FaceTimed me yesterday morning, Cooper, who's 8 and absolutely adores all of our kids. How good are they, Dad? I said, well, son, they're really good. Are they as good as Pace? I said, well, I don't know, son, but they're good. He says, Dad, so okay. And he starts chanting, road trip, road trip. So we're going to have fun. You do this to have fun, so we want to make sure we're having joy with everything we're doing.
Of course, the Bears down at Windsor Forest on Thursday. That should be an interesting matchup for Cherokee Bluff. And, if they can get the second win ever in the playoffs, it will be a magical run for them, Jeff.
Look, I like if they're able to win this. I mean, we talked about this the other day. Mm-hmm. If they get by Windsor Forest, right, there's a good chance they're going to get Hart County, who's been a top 5 team all year. Mm-hmm. Somehow faltered in the 8-3A tournament, which, by the way, 8-3A swept through into the second round.
That'd be true.
Not like that's a slouch region. Might possibly we could see Cherokee Bluff and Jefferson in the semifinals.
That would be interesting.
Wow, would that be interesting?
7 versus 8.
It's I just don't know what to think about it. We felt confident about Cherokee Bluff all year, but they battled injuries.
Right.
Finally, they're getting it all together at the right time. I tell you that they're going to be a tough out. There's no doubt they're going to be the underdog going down there, and I'm sure they can ride that and play it. Good scouting reports is not going to change any of that.
Right.
But if they play like they did against Westminster, don't make a lot of silly mistakes, you got to feel like they have a chance.
Well,
and that's all you want. You just want a chance.
We'll find out on Thursday around, I guess, 8 o'clock or so what the final of that game is. All right, so Jarvis Davenport, the head coach of the White County Lady Warriors, getting there. You were at the game, Jeff.
I was.
Picking up White County's first playoff win since 1984. And White County kind of on a roll a little bit this season.
Oh, absolutely. They've had a nice season.
Yeah.
I mean, they've 20-win season, which is the first time, I believe, since then.
Yeah.
And I think they had a 4-year stretch where they won a state title, went to the semifinals. They won 20 games every year, so it's been a while. But, that was a couple of bucket list things that he talked about when he took over the program. He talked about, getting the program to this level. So he had some interesting things to say about that.
Well, I was lucky enough to get the job here 4 years ago, and that's what I told the interview committee, that I wanted to build a culture of a brand of basketball that people don't want to come up here and play us, and that we're a tough out anytime you play us, and we're just going to try to win 3 trophies a year. We're going to try to win a tournament somewhere, we're going to try to win a region, and we're going to try to compete for a state. And we're getting to that point. The senior group has done a really good job of carrying that torch, so to speak, and creating a culture of change. Everybody knows when you come, you got to play hard, or you're not going to play. You have to do the things you're supposed to do, or you're not going to play. They hold each other accountable almost more so than I do now, and that's a great sign for me.
More than likely, you'll be playing Carver-Columbus, defending state champ, #1 team in the state. What kind of a challenge is that going to present?
Well, there's only 16 teams left, so you're not going to play anybody that's not good. And if it's a state champ or defending state champ, then so be it. We want to make a name for ourselves. We want people to know who White County is. It's not just going to be a one-hit wonder. We want it every year. So that's who it is, and that's who it is.
White County girls, of course, playing down at Carver-Columbus. Seth, nice face you made there at me. But they will travel down to #1 seed Carver-Columbus and defending state champ in Class 4A. As we talked about it earlier this week on the podcast, but you see Carver-Columbus, a very good basketball team, but they will go on the road down to Columbus in the second round, and they get the winner. If they win this game, they'll get the winner of the Woodward St. Pius game in the third round of the playoffs. But
that'd be another tough one. But
still a great season for White County.
Well, it's not over.
Not over.
We've talked about this. Look, they're similar to Cherokee Bluff we just mentioned. They're going to be a decided underdog in this. When you play the defending state champs, and Carver-Columbus has been ranked #1 pretty much all year.
Yep.
It's going to be a big mountain to climb.
Huge.
Kind of like Mount Yonah in Cleveland, which I'm sure they've climbed. So if you can climb Mount Yonah, maybe you can get past Carver Columbus.
Perhaps.
But, a couple of years ago, I mentioned this. Carver-Columbus played West Hall, and they played them in the second round. And a lot of people around the state thought that game in 4A was for the state championship. And West Hall had them on the ropes, let them get away from them in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, and ended up losing. Carver went on to win the state championship. How did West Hall do it? They had good guard play.
I knew you were going there.
And they played good defense, which is exactly what White County can do. They have 3 or 4 guards, Bo, that they can run in and out. They can shoot. They can slash. The whole group plays defense. They play a pressing style. Not quite exactly what we see with Buford, but they can press you. They can put a lot of pressure on your defense. If they get the kind of guard play they've been getting in the last month of the season, I think they have a real chance in this game. I really do. Now, if Carver's able to kind of break the press and pound the ball inside, that's going to be a hard matchup for White County to win. But again, good guard play is going to be the key to this.
All right. Well, we know that Coach Davenport is probably very tired right now because he's probably watching tons of game film to figure out.
Oh, I thought because he was watching AccessWDUN and all of our videos.
Perhaps just watching our video, it makes him tired. So
makes me tired.
Yeah, me too.
Made me tired doing it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm wiped. All right, so we move on into the playoffs.
All right, stop.
Just
stop. Okay.
What, are we cutting here now?
Oh no, but just stop.
Okay.
Don't do that again.
There is no
or the show will that will be the end of the show.
There's just the show.
Yeah.
That was funny. All right, so moving on to the Class 3A, and this perhaps is the biggest upset of them all in the first round in our area of coverage. The Dawson boys falling to Cedar Grove in the first round at home.
Just too depressing to talk about, Bo.
A 4 seed beating a 1 seed, and I don't know if perhaps it was a little overconfident or, couldn't hit the 3 ball. Just
a little of both.
Didn't
play.
Cedar Grove rolling in with only 5 wins, very deceiving record. Playing in that Region 5?
Yeah,
3A,
it's a pretty good region
with Pace Academy and those guys. But Dawson falling in that game, only 20 first-half points for a team that led Class 3A for a lot of the year in scoring. And so they only put up 20 points in the first half. The second half, Third quarter, 13 points. They exploded for 36 points in the fourth quarter. Tried to make the rally. They come back, but couldn't get over the hump, and so knocked out of the Class 3A state playoffs.
I don't really know what to say. We weren't there. We didn't see it.
Yep.
Both of us did listen to it, though, on the Sports Link
Yeah.
with Tim Whitmire. And, it sounded like they were poised to finish it off. And then, again, just seemed like some poor decision shot selection.
Yeah.
Where they had a chance to tie it, they go for threes. They had like 2 or 3 opportunities and couldn't do it. And then they had to start fouling. And then, Cedar Grove pushed it out and was able to kind of clinch it. I think we thought this was a team that certainly Final Four potential, maybe even be able to get to the championship game. So,
All right.
there's nothing we can say that's going to make them feel any better.
There's not.
I'm sure
There's
they're
not one
feeling
thing.
terrible as the players, and certainly Eric Herrick's probably still scratching his head on that one. But that's why you play them. You can't take anyone lightly.
It's a tournament.
If they took them lightly. You don't want to say they got what they deserve, but you just can never take anyone lightly.
Well,
no matter what the record and what you think, you have to come out. If you're a team that's supposed to win a state title or at least challenge, you have to play like it every single game. And that was kind of the disappointing part.
Well, we've opened on the show today. We've had our first ever, our first since, our biggest upset of the tournament. So I think we're going to stop there. Their full schedule is going to be on the website for second round action coming up. We have a couple of radio games for you. North Hall hosting Savannah, the girls. That'll be on 94.5 FM The Lake. Buford doubleheader. Wayne County playing the girls and Statesboro playing the boys. We'll have that doubleheader for you on AM 550 and FM 102.9. Those are all tomorrow or Wednesday. Buford tips at 5 and North Hall tips at 6 o'clock. So you can check those out, and we'll have Seth at North Hall with photos and video highlights of that game coming up.
I'm going to Jefferson. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a doubleheader with Pierce County.
It should be interesting.
It should be. Jefferson girls are really rolling. They've been ranked 1, 2, 3 most of the year. Pierce County, usually a team's got pretty good athletes, can play ball. Jefferson boys, we've documented them. They were in the middle of the pack, and then the last month they really cranked it. So that's going to be an interesting doubleheader, and I'm hoping that get a lot of Jefferson fans to fill the arena over there. That's a great place to go watch a game. It can be really loud when it's full. I would love to see it loud. I'm sure the players and coaches. I anticipate. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of a crowd Pierce County comes. That's a long drive.
And you're going to go to Banks on Thursday, so you'll have the Banks County boys on Thursday.
Now, Banks County, and I'm laying it all out for everybody in the area. Banks County is my favorite place to go watch a game in the entire North Georgia area.
And there you have it, folks. Jeff doesn't like anywhere else but Banks County.
No, I didn't say
There's
that.
no place like Homer, right?
That's what they say.
There's no place like Homer.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to give a lot of kudos to the Banks County, just the community. They come out and support that team, boys, girls,
huge,
whatever. And I'm going to tell you, it's a great home court advantage, and they're going to need it. They're going to need it. Because their
gym gives you that feeling.
It does.
It's not huge, so.
But it is loud. I'm gonna tell you, that's probably the loudest place when the fans get going. They always have a good student section.
They got people that stand on the rails.
They
up
do.
Top, so
it is loud.
Atmosphere.
So I'm expecting they're going to need it because they're playing a pretty good Butler team.
Okay, well we'll have that coverage for you along with everything else. That's all. What? How many games we got going on? 8?
I think we have 12.
12? Okay,
12
I was 4 off. So we'll have coverage of the 12 games on Wednesday, Thursday, and the full schedule's up.
But you know what's
Wednesday
interesting?
Morning.
Of the 12 teams, we have 8 region winners.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting.
I know. It was kind of my
Again,
prediction.
I think we said this last week.
My prediction.
Win your region. Win your region.
I really said that.
You already said that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, I said that back when we were debating.
I know, but I'm just saying we only have 12 teams left. We lost more than half of the teams.
I was right.
I'm not going to acknowledge that.
You're not going to acknowledge
Not
that.
a bit.
I mean, come on, dude. You know I was right.
Aren't you in your retirement party coming up
Yes,
pretty
it's coming
soon?
up in about
an hour. About an hour?
About an hour or so.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, cake and cookies will be served.
Oh, if there's cake, I'm coming.
Oh, I know. You've already said if there's cake or pie, you're there with a fork.
Yeah.
So, There you
I'll
have
give
it.
you a
All
quick
right,
pat on the
look,
back
look.
on the way to my dessert.
Okay, we're going to move on. Seth's picks. We have a lot of picks that are a lot of highlights.
You
to
just got
choose
to
from.
go to it. Just go right into it, Seth. Let's
we're
go.
going to have to get
All right,
Seth's
we'll
picks
just cut
going.
right to it. Just cut to the chase.
Yep.
Here you guys go.
Outside to Walters. Walters skips it. She's got an open three in the corner. It's on the way and good for Blair Wallen. Trying to get across half court, lobs it ahead, and it's picked off by Ashaya Willis. Willis along, looking ahead past Tatum Osmond has it. She lays it up and in. It's 8-0 Lady Wolves. Off into the corner to Trinity Lewis. Lewis tries to throw it back. It's intercepted by Wallace. Wallace running ahead of the pack. She'll run down, lay it up and in. It's 10-0 Buford. Buford, they kick it outside. Walters is open for three. Got it. Lewis throws it ahead. It's intercepted by Walters. Walters on a run out will streak down, lay it up and in good. Lewis lobbing it ahead. Trying to lob it ahead to Jade Lewis. Tamori Plant tipped it. Blair Wallace steals it. Wallace gets it ahead. Now they dish it down low to Plant, who's wide open, and the layup goes.
Taylor with a board. It goes out of bounds. Saves back in bounds. Here's Auguste with it down low, and the shot's no good. Bunlin on the board, and the putback goes for James Bunlin. He'll go to the foul line. Over here, right side to Sebastian. Going to drive to the paint. Throws it off the glass. Sebastian Auguste with a nice take. Sebastian into the front court left side. Gonna go in the paint. Nice move. Shot off the glass. It's scored for Sebastian Auguste. Buford now pushing quickly up to the front court. Blackwell takes a shot and goes kind of a hook shot in the right corner. Back to Auguste. 3-point taken. Good. Sebastian Auguste hits a huge three-pointer. All forward to Cater. And now stolen away. Caleb Williams with a steal. Caleb's gonna go up off the glass and scores. Williams gonna take it off the glass. Missed the bucket. The putback goes. Count that for London Williams.
Whew, that was fast, man.
Wow.
That was like a fast forward. Done. Very good
Nice work,
highlights,
Seth. Nice
Very
work.
good.
Thank you.
Nice work.
I love all the little
Feel
things
an
you
empty
do to the
spot.
highlights.
Me and Jeff didn't harmonize this time. Just like an empty spot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
Cake later, just remember that. All right, so let's move on to the selection process of the
WilHart Team of the Week.
Got a cold or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get the crud happening.
Feeling
Wow.
too well today.
I think the voice needs to go to the doctor.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
voice needs to gargle with some salt water.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here to
Wow.
the selection process. We have a couple on the board today.
If I never hear that again, I'll be all right.
Actually, we have three on the board today. We have Cherokee Bluff boys winning their first ever playoff game.
Okay.
White County girls winning their first playoff game since 1984. The Commerce Wrestling Team winning the Class A state championship. Traditional wrestling team. And although one more out, Lumpkin County Wrestling Team finishing in the top three in the state.
Wow.
There's your picks, and Jeff.
Wow. That's pretty tough.
What say you?
Oh, Lordy. You know, a wrestler at heart, I mean, it's hard for me to not pick a wrestling team here. It really is. But I'm going to not pick a wrestling team.
Way to set it up and just
Gotcha.
blow
there
it
you
up.
go. I like things that where precedents have been set.
Yeah.
But the problem
Okay.
is I have a problem because it's hard to pick against somebody who wins their first ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also hard to pick against somebody that hasn't won something, since like 5 presidents ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you look at where the White County girls program, it's been pretty good. It just hasn't been able to break through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with co-winners this week. I'm going to go with both Cherokee Bluff and White County girls as co-winners. I can't make a choice.
Look, make a pick. Look, we already don't have a budget for this award, so who cares? Congratulations!
I'm doing a
Bluff
co.
boys and White County girls. You are the co.
I get the only vote. Excellent.
Looks like it.
Now,
Okay.
I'm agreeing again for like the 4th straight week in a row.
Jeez.
I don't know why I continue to agree.
All right.
Just don't want to rock the boat, I guess.
The rocking the boat. So, congratulations.
seasick.
I tell you what. Here's what we're going to do.
Oh,
we're going to give
boy.
it to the Florida baseball team. Now you cannot agree with me now.
Yeah, no. We're going to stick with the initial pick of the Bluff boys basketball team and the White County girls basketball team. You are this week's
WilHart Team of the Week.
Of course, this
Wow,
segment.
he healed very fast there.
Yeah,
you hear that?
Yeah,
wow,
he's away. So, congratulations to our 2 co-teams, WilHart Teams of the Week. Of course, this is an unsponsored. Wait, this whole thing's unsponsored. Anyway, so everything is up
You
on
have
the.
no money.
This whole thing is.
when did we ever have money?
Yeah.
Good question.
That is a good question. All right, so check us out on Twitter at HeartJJ22. I'm at TheBoWilson. Check us out on Facebook. Just keyword search AccessWDUN Sports on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter. You can check us out as well at WDUN Sports. For Seth Chapman, our producer this week, and Jeff Rohart, I'm Bo Wilson.
What was that noise?
Enjoy the rest of your week.